You're looking at the owner of a Mary Kay car.
Hello, I was calling to see if that 2015 Mary Kay Cadillac was still for sale.
Unfortunately, that just sold not even 20 minutes ago.
Oh my God, that girl is an influencer on TikTok, and she's never had to work for anything in her fucking life.
So apparently the girl who wanted the car that I bought has paid an Etsy witch to curse me.
Yes, we are just girls, but if you are old enough to buy a car, you are an adult. And so then, as an adult, you have to act appropriately. Hey guys, it's Briar, and let's chat about it. We are going to be chatting about a situation that happened on social media where an influencer took us along on her journey to buy her dream car, which was a pink Cadillac that was actually an ex-Mary Kay car. We love the random MLM law that's sucked up into this, but as I'm sure you can imagine, these cars, they are not a dime a dozen. They are pretty rare. They're pretty hard to come by, unlike what the MLM humbots like to tell us. And so, as I'm sure you can imagine, other girly bestie pops were also wanting this pink Cadillac, and one girly, she had a complete and utter crash out.
Oh my God.
She just could not cope with the idea that an influencer of all people bought her dream car right from under her nose before she could get to it. And well, it kind of just escalated from there. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, stick around and let's get into it. Now, due to technical difficulties last video, I didn't actually include my intro and outro. Thoughts, opinions, did you miss it? Were you sad? I don't think I saw a comment about it, so maybe nobody noticed. I don't know. Thoughts and opinions always appreciated. But into the video itself, and I think we should simply just start with the influencer that had the audacity, that was feeling audacious enough to buy her dream car. So who is the influencer, I hear you all asking? Well, her name is Marina. Her handle is Elvis Lover 1973, and she has just over 700,000 followers on TikTok. So I would definitely say like a sizable following. I would definitely call her an influencer, and she really does just share her everyday life. But what really got her a platform in the first place is the fact that she shared her story and journey of getting a literal lung transplant. Yeah, so like she is really sharing her life. She's very candid, and even though I don't personally follow her, her videos have come across my FYP over the years, and I have seen like glimpses of her story. And even just doing the research for this video, like when she shares about her story, it is in a very genuine and candid way. People will ask her like very personal questions, including like, how do you feel about the fact that someone to give you those lungs? Like, people will ask her very personal and intense questions. And anytime I kind of have come across her video or we're watching her videos or for our video, she's always come across in a very like genuine and honest way. Like, she always answers these questions, even though some are very personal, sincerely and honestly. And I think that is definitely why she has the following that she does, and people enjoy her content, because in one respect it is just like silly, let's go get a coffee, let's sit in my car, let's have a chat. And in the other hand, it's very real, it's very candid, it's very like she's still in touch with reality in the way that I think a lot of people feel like a lot of influencers aren't. She has depth, she shares her life, but she also shares like, you know, silly and lighthearted stuff and fun stuff too. So that is Marina, the influencer at hand. And I think it is important to note who the influencer is because of how the person reacts, and because of like the kind of, what's the word? I was going to say tarnation. That is not correct. Kind of the way that the word influencer has been tarnished, not the tarnish. It's fine, we're exploring the English language together apparently, but I think because of the way a lot of people perceive the title and the name of an influencer, it's important to kind of have that context, because I think there is this kind of stereotype of these out of touch people just selling you stuff, not caring about their audience. Like, there are unfortunately people working overtime, clocking in their hours to give influencers a bad name. And I do think in some sense it has kind of resulted in the reaction that we saw when this person found out that an influencer bought her dream car, but without even realizing that like an influencer is still a person too. Marina is still a person too, and this is also her dream car. There's only so many ex-Mary Kay Cadillacs around, and I do find it quite funny that it is an ex-Mary Kay car. I feel like it's just like a circle of life moment with these cars and how so, you know, the kind of symbol that they were used for so long to like motivate people in these horrible business structures. Boo, I'm obviously anti-MLM, down with MLMs, boo, 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 tomato, tomato, tomato. But obviously the Mary Kay car or any kind of car is always touted as like a symbol of success. So for them to become something that people can buy and, you know, own is just... isn't it ironic? But anyway, I think that's kind of all the context that you really need. I think knowing who Marina is, the type of influencer she is, and how she kind of became popular and got her following, I think does help to create a picture of who she is. But also I do think it is relevant because I have seen, like, in my silly little research, that's not even what I'm doing, I'm literally scrolling, I did see a lot of times Marina does get taken out of context, you know, because with her lung transplant and her sharing her journey, like, germs are the enemy. Like, she literally could not go outside for a year, but so as she starts, you know, slowly doing things, going outside into the big world, a whole new world, she has to sanitize things. Like, so there's a video of her sanitizing her coffee cup, and people are like, ugh, influencers, it's so precious, being so silly. And it's just like, well, no, context is key, as we say, as we love. I am obsessed with context on this channel, and it's definitely not so that I can just go on a silly little tangent. This is all very relevant and important and will be on the test. It does end up making you look like a fool because people assume things about her, and we know it when you say you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. And so that's why I like context, so you and me are not assuming anything. I just think it was very interesting to see many an example of Marina being taken out of context, and how the name and the title of an influencer and, you know, being reduced to being silly for sanitizing her coffee cup, when really it's like, this is very serious for her. It just does seem to happen to her a lot. It's interesting how it escalated in this situation because of all of these different factors. But anyway, blah blah blah, shut up, Briar. Let's watch her initial video sharing her buying the Cadillac. The boop boop, get a loser, we're going shopping.
You're looking at the owner of a Mary Kay car. I was at the dealership yesterday all day. I bought the car. I knew I was gonna get it as soon as I saw it. We pulled up in the dealership parking lot and I saw it, and like, it says Mary Kay like all over it, and it's in pink, and it's so beautiful. And it's not an SUV, it's like a sedan, which is perfect because I've never wanted necessarily a big car. I can't wait to show you. It felt so good leaving the dealership. I walked out and this guy was like, hey, I like your car. And I was like, yeah, I just got it. I mean, not only do I have a Mary Kay car, but I have AC. I have like a radio. Like, you can look back on any of my videos, I've always said I would never ever drive like a modern car unless I somehow got my hands on a Mary Kay car. I mean, everybody knows, like, for the past my entire life I've driven like unreliable old cars. I don't think I've ever had a car newer than like 1989, and that's the way I liked it. That's how I like to be. I like my cars like unique, and I like them old. But I've always had just like a soft spot, an obsession, if you will, with the Mary Kay car. I mean, like, Elvis had a pink Cadillac. I have a pink Cadillac now. Anyway, I got a headache last night, so I stayed in Cincinnati for another night, and I'm leaving today. I think the first thing that we should do is maybe go get a coffee in the new car. They have a 7 Brew here, so we can go to 7 Brew in the pink Cadillac and just have the perfect day. And then we have to drive home to Nashville, which sucks, but I'm gonna be in my pink car.
Literally, I can hear that song on this perfect day. Like, that is the vibes and the feelings you get through this video. And like, it's just such happy fun and good time. You can see there is genuine reasoning in her mind as to why she loves this car. Literally, her handle's Elvis Lover 1973. There is many layers and reasonings as to why, like, she loves this car, why it's an exciting upgrade. Like, it's not just like a silly, frivolous purchase. There's thought. It's onions have layers, and purchasing Cadillacs have layers. And I think everyone in the comments initially obviously were very excited for her, but now the comments as we know, have been definitely very swayed by what happens next. All of this context just goes to show, like, it's important and relevant because this is just a girl. Like, I know I'm always like, yes, we're just a girl, but we're also adults and humans. In this moment in time, she is just a girl having fun and being happy to get her dream car. But I love some of the original comments that is like, but you didn't have to sell 15,000 hand creams to get it. The concept of no longer pulling over on the side of the road to cool down your car. Initially, the comments are very excited, very happy for her, just super jazzed, you know, like the vibes were high. However, that didn't last for long because, as I said in the intro, another girly pop. She was keeping her eye out for Selena for the Mary Kay Cadillac and was absolutely devastated to find out that Marina got this car first. So what did this girly pop do? She didn't take the L. Wait, no, she didn't take the L. She didn't just accept defeat. She didn't just, you know, have a sulk, you know, buy something else, feel sad for herself, have a suki la la on her own. No, she decided to make it the dealership's problem. So let's hear that conversation now, shall we?
Oaks Automotive.
Hello, I was calling to see if that 2015 Mary Kay Cadillac was still for sale.
Unfortunately, that just sold not even 20 minutes ago.
To that girl Marina?
Believe so, yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
I've been saving up for that car for 2 months, and that girl is an influencer on TikTok, and she found it yesterday and posted a video saying she was going to go get it, and she's never had to work for anything in her fucking life. Her family be spending months on end in the Cayman fucking Islands, and she over here could buy a brand new car and could wrap it pink and had to get the car that I've been wanting since I was 9 years old.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I hope she...
So I did have to bleep out the final thing that she says, but yeah, it escalated from the oh my God to just a complete and utter meltdown. And look, people totally understand being disappointed, and whilst people, yes, can understand that, if, you know, for her this was snatched, her pink Cadillac dreams were snatched right out from under her. She's been saving up for months for the stream car that she's wanted since she was 9 years old.
Hey guys, editing Briar here. Sorry, but I feel like filming Briar, she was just a bit silly, and I feel like I didn't completely like round off this thought of, yes, trying to acknowledge that, you know, people can understand feeling disappointed that you missed out on something, but the other aspect or the end point to that thought is that in no way, in 0 negative% ways, justifies how this person reacted by calling, you know, the dealership and by wishing blank on, you know, Marina and saying that she hopes she blanks. Like, that is so not okay, and that is obviously not a silly or goofy or lighthearted part of this video. That is obviously just incredibly inappropriate and an incredibly inappropriate way to react to a situation like this. And it's over material things, it's over a car. Like, this is so inappropriate, so unhinged, and I feel like I just didn't completely explicitly say that in the video. I think maybe in some points I think that it's so obvious, but still important to say, obviously, so I'm saying it now. Okay, cool.
But to then escalate to say this is an influencer, you know, inferring that means she's never had a struggle, that she's never had any adversity in her life, whereas as we laid down the groundwork like clockwork, you know, Marina, I think a lot of people would say, yeah, let the girly buy the pink car. She's been through enough. Imagine you have to be locked in your house for a year, having such a big operation, having to deal with that complicated of a health and medical situation. Like, yeah, I think a lot of people wouldn't put her in the camp of, oh, this is an influencer that's never had to work, that's never had a struggle, doesn't deserve it. Like, I think most people, as we saw, were very happy for Marina and are now just very concerned that there is someone literally crashing out to the point where they said that they hope she... Girl, it's never that deep or that serious. Girl, no, you stop that right now. Don't make me get Southern on you. That was such a bad accent. No, I won't try. I thought about it. I was like, can I do a better Southern accent? No, we won't do it. But yeah, the comment section. Anyway, Marina just got a Mary Kay Cadillac. Another comment pointing out what we've said. Marina had a lung transplant. She's worked for her life. I hope she... What? You should never be that upset over material things. Exactly. You know, as someone who grew up and watched Material Girls with the iconic sister duo that no longer speaks to each other, Hilary and Hailey Duff, I was a Hilary Duff fan. The lesson we do learn from that movie is that even though we are living in a material world and we are just material girls, those are not the things that make us happy. The things that make us happy are the videotapes with memories of our father, of the genuine connections we form with people. You know, I think we could all learn from watching Material Girls. And also I just found out recently, thanks to Frankie Muniz, that Hilary Duff's mum was a crazy mom, what's the word? A mom that was really pushing. I'm a pusher, Katie. So that's crazy to me. But anyway, I'm so distracted. But a lot of people saying over a car, this has to be a joke. Marina is a lung transplant survivor. What? A lot of people are kind of is this real? Surely this can't be real. If you had looked at Marina's page for a couple of seconds, you would know that she's not just an influencer. She's been through a lot and probably wouldn't have this reaction, but a lot of people are like, damn, this Oaks Automotive account who posted this voice memo, they're like, damn, these guys are so messy for it. If you thought that was crazy bananas enough, well, guess what? There's another voicemail. So let's listen to part 2.
You can use my other voicemail. I'll give y'all permission because I'm just happy for y'all that you're a family-owned business getting your time. Because I tried to get a Mary Kay car, and I was just being dramatic. And at the end of the call, I said, I hope she, because I was being dramatic, and I didn't know that this girl had a double lung transplant. So now people think I'm the Grim Reaper.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? They're probably going to exploit me from this phone call, too. I just wanted to call and tell them, I'm happy for y'all because I saw that you're a small family business, and I hope that you can monetize and do great things off of how funny and creative that I am. But I do expect my residuals to be ran to me because... First of all, the content on your page ain't even funny. I'm the best thing that's ever happened to y'all. And I just wanted to say you're welcome because y'all will be selling a lot of cars because of me. Love you so much. Bye-bye.
What can I say except you're welcome? Oh my goody gumdrops. And a lot of people are like, okay, so is this a bit? Is this a skit? Is this real? I don't know. I guess we can never know for sure. But I guess what does lead me to believe that this is real is that whilst, yes, these videos did get a lot of views, Oaks Automotive has only 5,000 followers and haven't really posted since the situation. So I don't know. I guess it could have been a stunt, but they haven't really, built up off of this or continue to build a platform off of the popularity that they got from these original videos. And so whilst I'm not going to go out on a limb and say yay or nay, it's real or fake for sure, it kind of feels real, ? I don't know, grain of salt, I guess. And someone pointing out something very interesting and a good observation is that she knew about Marina's recent vacation, but not that she had a lung transplant. I feel like it's quite hard to come across Marina as a create it and not know about the lung transplant. Literally in her like bio tag thing is her interview that she did with People magazine. Yes, the People. I like this comment as well. She's like, she's literally just like, I'm just a girl, and the little drawing is so funny. I do expect my residuals to be ran to me. No, man, that's not how this works. So yeah, a lot of people were just like, this is all just really bizarre. Such a bizarre reaction. The reaction to the situation was really inappropriate, really out of proportion. And like, as we said, that serious of a reaction and those kinds of like on someone's life over a car, over a pink car. Like, yes, it's cute, of course, but come on. Let's get a grip. Obviously, Marina found out about this, and so her initial reaction was her, you know, using the audio and just reacting to the crash out voice messages. But then she did post this video.
So apparently the girl who wanted the car that I bought has paid an Etsy witch to curse me. So naturally, I went to a crystal shop, and we're getting some protection for this car and me, because she did say she hopes I. So let's go tell them I'm cursed and see what they can give me. Actually wondering, this girl like paid an Etsy witch to curse me. Is there like a negative energy like cleanser or something? Okay, your Etsy witch is no match for my new protective crystals. Okay, I got this ring. This isn't coming off. I got these. I don't remember what they're called. And then I got one more secret crystal that she says isn't supposed to be shown because it's just supposed to secretly protect you and call your power back to yourself. Okay? So good luck with that curse. Love you.
And honestly, when you find out that someone pays an Etsy witch to cast a curse on you, yeah, this does feel like a sane, normal, and logical reaction to go and buy some crystals. And yes, keep that other crystal secret so the Etsy witch doesn't know how to dodge, dive, duck, and dodge around it. You know, we need to make sure Marina and her Cadillac and her lungs are protected. Two women engaging in a spiritual battle over a pink Cadillac. There's an A24 movie in there somewhere. Girl, get a dash cam, which I feel like it is important to note that she went to Ohio to get this car, but then she says she lives in Nashville. So different states. So I feel like that at least provides some comfort that they don't live that close to each other. And then someone else said, okay, well, I'm an Etsy witch too, so I'm going to do a protection spell for you. So we love that. Like, I don't really, do I believe in Etsy witches? You know? I don't want to yuck anyone's yum. Interested to know what people think about it in the comments though, because I've really not dived into that, dove into that side of the internet. So would love to know if anyone knows more about the Etsy witch side of internet, like what's going on there. What's the 411 over there? Someone else probably quite logically says, file a police report. Yeah. I think if this is real, the big if this is real, yeah, I probably would raise that to the police, because you need the documentation. You need to have it in writing. We just need to we need to make sure we're protected. I don't really know how things work in America, but if you have it written down and documented, that would be good. Even if nothing else happens, which I don't think anything else or anything crazy bananas would, but yeah. All over a car, like you snooze, you lose, gorge. Cursing someone who's been through as much as you over something materialistic can only backfire, sending good vibes your way. And I do notice some people saying like the dealership should not have told her, but I don't personally feel like the dealership let that girl know anything that she could not have already found on the internet, because she did say like where she went to get it. She said she bought the car. Like, I think it was pretty obvious, at least if you had been watching that car and saw her buy it, that you would have known. But I understand where they're coming from. They probably should have said, sorry, we can't disclose who we sold the car to. But I don't personally think that they gave out any further information than Marina already had. And I think especially with socials, like they had clearly taken a picture in front of the car as like, we sold the car. So I think Marina knew that it was going to be on socials. But yeah, I understand them people being like, maybe they shouldn't have confirmed that it was you that bought the car. But I guess the thing that kind of ties this whole situation off is, who is this girl? Like, who is this girl crashing out over Marina, also buying her dream car? So of course, like with, Cinderella or whatever, everyone's raising their hand like, my shoe, it will fit me. I was the girl that left the voice memo. But a lot of people were doing it in like a silly way. So I did want to show you guys one video of a girl obviously very satirically claiming that she was the one that left the voice memo.
I'm the girl that called about the Mary Kay car and wished upon Marina. Shouldn't have. But the only reason I did is because her ass is just too fat and juicy and has so much movement when she twerks.
And the top comment is literally like, hey, it's okay, Dan. And then someone else being like, girl, I thought you were serious. I like whatever is wrong with you. I was so confused as to why you would come onto Marina's internet and out yourself, but this is hilarious. So a lot of people did not expect someone to like seriously and sincerely come out and say, it was I who did it. I left that very unhinged, inappropriate voice memo, voice messages. Calls? Were they calls? Yeah, they were calls. But someone did. And I think the internet is kind of at the consensus that this person is the person that did it. So let's watch her video explaining her logic and or reason, if there's any.
Folks Automotive.
Hey y'all. So that is me on the phone. I just want to say that I don't have any ill intent towards Marina or Oaks Automotive, and I don't actually wish that this girl would die. Like, I was just upset because I enjoy Mary Kay cars, and I thought I had found something that was like a secret gem and it was hidden. I thought I was gonna have time to get it. Oh, he's trying to eat my necklace. Okay, Pickle. Okay, Pickle. Y'all, meet Pickle. This is the star.
Don't try and distract me with a very cute cat named after something I love. But the top comment is literally, I don't have any ill intent towards Marina. Girl, you wished her. And then her reply was, I wanted that car since I was 9 years old. Cut me a break. Damn. But let's watch some more of this video. It is nearly 6 minutes long, so I don't know if we're gonna watch the whole thing, but let's see how we go.
Yeah, I don't have any ill intent towards these people. What I meant by whenever I was 9 years old is, whenever I was 9 years old, I learned about, the Vietnam War. I learned about women's liberation. I learned about the civil rights movement, and those interests followed me well into high school, where I took a history of the Vietnam War class. But what I loved about Mary Kay, is in the 60s, it was all about being a housewife, and, the career woman wasn't something that you could do yet. And Mary Kay comes out in the 70s and 80s, and, a form of silent rebellion for the women who couldn't come out and be career women like these others could, was, like selling products door to door, and it was still like a form of revenue, and it was still like a way to foster a community with women. And not only is it like fostering a community of women.
I was so confused. I'm sure you could tell. I mean, I'm sure I kept it very minimal in the facial reaction expressionifications, but let me go on a quick rant about MLMs. Let's not get it twisted, okay? Let's not get it twisted. The MLMs sell you a dream where over 90% of people do not make money, and the community and the friendships are very much conditional to you staying and working your ass off and spending all your time and money in and on the MLM just to further get you stuck, to further isolate you from everyone else in your life, to further make it harder to leave, and whilst only very few people are benefiting from that system. So, let's not romanticize Mary Kay for a pink car. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how that was something that was a symbol of success, and then obviously someone doesn't have it anymore, so raggy, and now someone else can buy it and have a cutesy fun dream car, pink dream car, you know. But okay, let's see where this goes next.
And to show women, like, we can have something that isn't, you know, just a child. We don't have to be of service to anyone else. We can be a little hedonistic, and we can be of service to ourselves. And that was beautiful, and that was really powerful to me as a child, that these women found that through Mary Kay and through Avon. And that's the connection that I have to Mary Kay and why I wanted that Mary Kay car specifically. And, you know, like, Mary Kay cars are a specific shade of pink that's owned by Cadillac, and you can only get one. It's very hard to find one for sale, and that's why I was upset. I did overreact, and obviously I don't want Marina. I didn't come on here in a shiesty with a hatchet saying, I'm gonna get you, girl. Like I said, I'm happy that she is someone who, you know, is terminally ill and is getting to live her life. You know, I did not know that about her, and that is insensitive of me to say with her medical history, but I didn't know that. And with that being said, you know, it is wrong to be like, I hope she dies. But then again, like I said, I'm over dramatic. I was having a reaction because I thought that, like, my childhood dreams were being ripped from me, y'all. My bad. You know, my bad. I would act the same way if someone took a Justin Bieber ticket from me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just kidding.
Ooh, where to react to first? This is the thing that I do kind of want to say. You know, the fact that Marina has this crazy backstory and has been so open and honest and candid and shared her life in such a, you know, sincere way online, like, that made this girl objectively, subjectively, objectively look bad, right? Because she was completely overreacting and, you know, reducing Marina to someone that she's not over a car. But I feel like even if Marina was just like a normal girl, or was just an influencer that shared her life and was just like, you know, living and laughing and loving, and also saved up and bought her dream car, like, that's still not okay. I feel like because of Marina's backstory, it just highlighted even more how ridiculous and inappropriate the reaction was. To react like that to anybody is still inappropriate and unnecessary. And like I said earlier, like, I totally understand the feeling upset, the being sad, understand that's your dream car, and like, you can still feel that way, but like, that's not everyone else's problem. That's not the automotive dealership's problem. That's not Marina's problem. That's not everybody else's problem. You're allowed to feel that way, but doesn't mean that then you get to go and put that out on everybody else. And I think just because of Marina's story, it just made it look so much worse and really highlighted why it was so bad. And like, there's just like no argument. But even to wish that upon any person is inappropriate. Obviously, there is like a confusion of like her feelings and being disappointed, but like the way you deal with it, right? Because yes, we are just girls, but if you are old enough to buy a car, you are an adult. And so then as an adult, you have to act appropriately. And we cannot just wish horrible, terrible things on people we don't know because they bought our dream car. Capiche? Let's continue watching. Let's see if we can get through this.
I'm happy for Jake at Oaks Automotive and that whole family business, because this is really great traction for a family business. This is really great. I hope they sell millions of cars off of this, and like, I hope their families can be set up and go to college for generations to come. And I hope that Marina lives a long, happy, healthy life. And girl, you know what? If you're in that pink Cadillac, blast some city girls for me, bitch. Like, yes. If I ever see a bitch driving around in a little pink Cadillac sedan, I'll be like, ah! You know, I'm for women and everything. Like, I mean, you can gather from what I've said, but like, damn, y'all. I just would like to not be harassed anymore. I'm gonna ask that you guys stop showing up to my job and like finding my family online. And you guys are probably going to be like, well, you deserve it because you did this. I would also like you to remember that was a private phone call that me and Oaks Automotive didn't know was going to blow up like that. So let's just, be a little nicer on the interwebs, because people have gone for much less, But yeah, it's all peace and love. It's all bows and butterflies. I don't have any ill intent. I'm just a dramatic girl who wanted a pink car.
Obviously, I feel like sometimes it feels redundant to say we do not approve people literally harassing people, even if they, Hannah Montana, make a mistake and have one of those days. But I feel like it still obviously has to be said that even though she clearly had a crash out and was very inappropriate and overreacted to the whole situation, like, we do not need the vigilante justice, people harassing her and going to her job. Obviously, even though this girl said and did some really inappropriate things, that doesn't mean people get to go out and be, the vigilante justice and, fine people off the internet. It's not your place. And so obviously, even though what this girl did is inappropriate, it's like, we're not justifying inappropriate with inappropriate. Like, that at least I personally don't feel like it gives you free reign to treat someone badly because you saw them act badly, speak badly, and overreact to a situation that is really not worthy of that reaction. And it is actually really interesting because the automotive dealership replied and said, glad we had a conversation today, let's work together and get you your own Mary Kay Cadillac. And someone else replied and said, please don't condone or reward this woman's behavior. And that comment has like double the amount of likes than the Oaks Automotive. And I feel like that's the thing, is that this girl could have definitely just said, hey, reached out to a lot of different car places and said, this is my dream car, please let me know if one ever comes in. Yeah, it sucks to miss out, but it sounds like she hadn't reached her saving up goal to get the car anyway. And it does sound like people are kind of saying in the comments, she couldn't afford the car at the time anyway, so she can't really be upset. So I think, she's still obviously working towards that goal. So she would have, I guess, been hoping for the car to not been sold for a while still. Would it have even really been likely that she would have bought this car anyway? I don't know. But hopefully, I don't know, is it a learning lesson? Maybe. She said she would react the same way if someone took a Justin Bieber ticket from her though, so... Do I see growth and change? Maybe I see two nickels instead. I don't know. But I would love to know what you guys think about this whole situation. And obviously, Marina has moved on. She's just posting her fun, casual, usual content in her new car. She's protected herself with the crystals. Oak Automotive got some views, but they're not really seeming to do much with their socials anymore. So... I don't know. It feels like everyone has more or less gone back to business as usual, gone back to what they were doing before. So yeah, that is kind of the tale of it all. That is kind of the beginning, middle, and end. I would love to know what you guys think about the whole situation. Do you feel like the messages were real? This just feels so random and out of pocket to not be real. And you did this for what if it's fake? I don't know. Why would some automotive place in Ohio make this up? I'm not saying that they couldn't make it up, but why would you make it up? Either way, Marina's got her dream car. She's living, laughing, loving, and it seems like the other girl is leaving her alone and, hasn't reached out to her, I don't think. So yeah, as long as the other girl just leaves her alone, accepts defeat, and, continues saving for her own pink Cadillac, that's fine. There are, in fact, more than one Mary Kay pink Cadillacs out there. They do exist. There is more than one, I believe. But yes, I would love to know what you guys think. So please let me know in the comments down below. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. If you stay till the end, you are a real one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to keep up with me between my uploads, I'm on TikTok and Instagram, and I'll link my vlog channel down below. I know I haven't posted there in a couple weeks. I would say I'm sorry, but this does seem to be a pattern of my behavior where things get busy and I'm like, ugh, vlog channel gets forgotten for a second. But I'm coming back. I promise I'm making a comeback to that, to the vlog channel, to the vloggy vlogs. We gotta start getting back into it, because before we know it, it'll be Vlogmas and Chatmas and so I just wanted you guys to know this is me trying. But also, finally, YouTube should be recommending another one of my videos on the screen right now. But don't you worry, guys, because I'm not funny there either. Bye.